organised and on the ball here tonight, everyone. Shut up, Wiet. Stop undermining me. But I will go through the rosters very quickly, even though Wiet does not have them set up on stream because he's a potato. On the side of Jasmine Tea, you guys know them and love them from Rewindland and I-58. With a few changes coming into this season, the scouts are Elmo and Madness, Rocky is the roamer, Geo is the pocket, Paulson is the demo man, and Jono is the medic. And on the side of No Safe Word, TJ and Hertz are the scouts, Sol is the roamer, Yule is the pocket, Enrith is the demo man, and Locke is the medic. Yukari, you want to start us off with some analysis? What sort of things can we look for tonight?
I mean, I think the most obvious place to start is some of these player changes. Hey, I mean, anyone that's familiar in particular with Jasmine from their I-58 run would see some changes to the Jasmine roster. I think you're in a better position than anyone to comment on that. So you want to start maybe with the med change? Because, you know, from Brutalix to Dave, Jasmine's med was always entertaining.
Well, yeah, there's never been a dull moment in the medic spot for Jasmine Tea or any iteration of this team, whether it be like Massive or Team Impunity. But yeah, Brutalix leaving a long time ago, that's old news now. Dave coming on in. Dave's a bit of a legend. He was sort of thrown around as an idea for this Jasmine reform, but his heart wasn't really in the team. Jasmine were messing around with a few other people, including Buddha on the medic role for a little while, trying it out, but they have finally settled on Jono, who was actually cut from the No Safe Word roster before joining Jasmine Tea in week 2 of this season, I believe, but he is a very, very mechanically gifted medic. I'd argue he's probably the best medic that they've ever had on the side of Jasmine, which is, none of the medics they've had have ever been any slouches, so it'll be interesting to see how he plays out tonight. He's been playing very well all season.
Well, I mean, you want a medic that delivers to really work with your combo, and I think Geo's performance, was it Rewindland? Was that what it was called? That suffered a bit because it didn't seem like him and Mike are on the same page. So if Jono's everything people are hyping him up to be, Geo should flex his muscles a fair bit, shouldn't he? I mean, I didn't cast, but I saw the logs for the Jasmine Tea No Safe Word match and regular season, and Geo went pretty big. So, you know, should be interesting to see how Jono goes, and I'm particularly interested to see how he connects with those arrows, because that's something that made Dave great to watch. He had fantastic DM and fantastic arrows, and would salvage players from all across the map.
Yeah, and I think that's also an area where Jono excels. He's the sort of dude who will go in and join a Valve pub and he will top score as combat medic because that's just the sort of thing that he likes doing. The other change on the Jasmine roster, I'm not really going to count Elmo as a change because he's been with the team for so long now, but the inclusion of Rocky on the Roma role. Yukari, do you want to touch on that briefly?
Okay, so this is one of those ones where everyone's curious to see how this goes. So for those of you who don't know Rocky, he is a career pocket. And he was a career pocket that kind of, if you like, played around his shotgun. Notorious for tearing up Australian pickups, and now he's playing Roma for Jasmine, and that's going to be really interesting. We'll discuss this one a little bit more in depth in a while, but let's just say that it's going to be really interesting to see Rocky go from 40% heals, 10k damage a map, top fragging and top damaging to, oh look, I gotta move around the map, I gotta take packs, I shouldn't be getting healed, and I need to pick one-on-one fights without a buff and no shotgun. Should be very interesting to see how he goes.
Yep, that's exactly right. We will come back to that one a little bit later while we try and deconstruct the teams. We're going over to the No Safe Word side now. Some very well-known Australasian talents there, I'm going to say, because we do have an ozfortress player jumping in there on the scout role of TJ. They've had some roster shake-ups over the season as well, Yukari. Do you want to touch on those briefly?
Okay, I don't know the reasons, and that's probably going to create drama, so stuff reasons, but TJ has been moved in for Vanna. I think something about availability problems, and Hertz obviously was playing Soldier for most of the seasons before. He's on Scout. I think he's playing off the bed, and of course we see Sol moving into Soldier based off No Safe Words roster last season. I don't think he was in there, and I think Locke's moved in for Med. So quite a lot of changes. Not really sure where to start there.
Yeah, there's a lot of changes, and we'll come into sort of the impact of that a little bit later. I know Wiethoofd's been itching to press the trigger finger on those ones, though, so I will reveal the maps for tonight. As the picks and bans have been going, I'll actually get the bans up, though, just to touch on briefly, because that's a bit interesting. We have Sorry, I got to scroll. Jasmine banning process straight off the bat with no safe word banning product, but Jasmine, with the pick advantage being the higher seeded team, they have picked Snakewater as the first map tonight, with no safe word picking Reckoner, which could be a bit of a wild card as map number 2, and the tiebreak, if need be, will be Jasmine's pick of Badlands. Badlands are a map there. I don't know, they've got a checkered history on that map, Yukari, to say the least, but I think we should go into some of the roster talk right now, because I know we had a few points we wanted to touch on before the game. Do you want to quickly give me the sort of things to watch out for in this match?
Okay, yauch and I did a bit of discussion before this, but we think that the particularly interesting part of this matchup and the area that everyone should be focusing on is the no safe word combo. So, for those of you who don't know who that equates to, that's Enrith on Demo, Yule on Pocket, Lock on Medic, and TJ should be running around as Scout. Now, there are a few reasons for this, and I think it might be best if you kind of start off with discussing how Vanna fit into the lineup and how they threw him out, and then we can break down a few more specifics.
Yeah, well, I won't go into the specifics of how we threw him out because I don't really want to get into the business of... I do want to get into the business of starting beef here, but it's probably not my place. But Vanna was the flank scout for No Safe Word for quite some time, and a very good flank scout as well. He was quite similar to Wilmo in the playstyle of where he's able to take a fight on limited heals and really punch holes in the flank and do damage just with raw DM alone. But he, for whatever reason, has parted ways with No Safe Word quite early on in the season, and he was replaced by TJ, the Asia Fortress god, who is known for his extremely good Asia Fortress play with extremely good aim, but sort of playing a very interesting playstyle that is almost the polar opposite to us. So he stepped in here and he's taken over the pocket scout role because that's what he's much more comfortable with, and he's playing that on about 130 ping from somewhere in Asia. I don't want to get that wrong because I don't want to seem like a dickhead, but and that has pushed Hertz out of the combo where he was playing early on to the flank to play with Sol, and that has... I don't know, like we were seeing at the beginning of the season, Yule and Enrith were having big numbers and putting up some really disgusting damage and whatnot early in the season, but since that transition has happened, it's been a little bit of an interesting one to watch, Yukari. How would you say it's changed them?
Well, I mean, we saw at the end of last season with No Safe Word, Yule was starting to flex his muscles as Pocket, even though he won't play me in No Splash. Damn you, Yule. Yule was having really good games. He's putting out big damage, and he seemed to have a really good judge on what I think is the most fundamental skill for Pocket, other than, basics like can you jump, can you aim? And that was, how do I go aggressive without dying? That was a thing that Yule had really started to get a great judge on. The Lansky factor, which no Pocket has anymore, god damn them. So... coming into this season, Yule was putting up really big numbers in scrims. Now, people are like, scrims, yeah, whatever, but keep in mind, he had matches before that. We saw a Yule that was putting up big numbers, understood how to stay alive, had much better movement across the map, abusing the gunboats. Hey, I can jump in, I can splash you for 50 damage at mid-range, I can get out. And that was with Vanna playing Scout in the lineup at the pre-season, if you like. So in comes TJ, and it seems like Yule's performance, just on the stats board, obviously we don't watch every single one of these scrims in detail, but based off what I saw of the last match these two teams had, it seems like Yule's struggling now. He either has games where he does a lot of damage, but dies a lot, and that leaves his med open to getting forwarded, or it seems like he has games where he's going 12 for 26. He's still doing the damage, but he's not picking up frags. And he's dead a lot. So Yule's performance ever since adding TJ to the roster seems to have become really inconsistent in impact. And I think that's going to be interesting to watch, because having spoken a little bit to one or two players on No Safe Word, having watched a few of their games, I think where Jasmine's actually been catching them out and crunching them as big Uber trades or big player trades, and then reforming as a group, the old Brutalic strategy, and just swarming aside with overwhelming numbers. So maybe, say on Granary, you run a scout in from the left and you're pushing from third to second. You get that initial scout trade where you're spamming behind him, you buff and you just re-push a door. Those types of situations, Jasmine have apparently been just stomping No Safe Word. And that's really about the combo. That's really about, is Enrith given space from his Pocket and Scout with him to lock down the doors? Is TJ prepared, instead of backing off and picking up clean-up frags, to stand with Yule and be like, they're going to jump you and then I'm going to kill them in the air and they're going to push them back and get those trades? So for me, the No Safe Word combo is going to be fascinating to watch, because if they're losing to those big Jasmine bulk up, get your muscles together, suns out, guns out, and push aside type strats, then it's got to be on particularly Yule, and it's got to be in particular on TJ and their combination and their fire selection and how they move and how they use their heals to shut that down.
Yeah, it's exactly right. And Jasmine Tea, as we know, they do have plenty of muscles to flex in that combo. Wow, really subtle Paulson reference there. But you're exactly right there. It's going to be really interesting to see the way that the combo of No Safe Word is really able to combat those aggressive, like the Geo flex Ubers, and then just sort of overwhelming a flank while Geo gets his really beefy pocket Ubers off. But that sort of plays in nicely to what we want to watch from Jasmine as well, who are coming into this match as the favourites, mind you. But we, before the match, we decided we really wanted to keep an eye on the flank and see what they can get done. Elmo coming into this, no questions asked, he's a god. He has fantastic aim and is able to just get so much work done with so little heals on the flank. Rocky playing into those strengths of Jasmine is one thing that we wanted to watch. What he's able to get done during those Uber trades and during the sort of let's all collect and repush aside thing, Yukari. Do you want to touch on that a little bit more in depth?
Okay, because I'm lazy, Elmo's the best player in ozfortress. We can just wash it off there. He does everything better than most people. And what's importantly, here's the clockwork factor. That I can be a threat to you taking duels without getting buffed and sitting behind my soldiers and waiting until they're dead to frag you. So that's Elmo. So Rocky, oh my god, this is going to be interesting. Because one of the things that I love doing is I love watching what makes great roamers, because so many people think it's aim or it's movement or it's med picks. It's none of those things. For me, the best map to judge how amazing a roamer is Viethoofd. And for me, this is where, with the exception of Gear and Mike, American roamers have been so far above European roamers and impact players. If you sit down and you watch Freyatek's run on I-52 and I-55, you see what makes a fantastic roamer. When Banny or Lancey's getting in there and trading that Uber, you see the roamer finding crucial jewels on the flank. You see him able to force situations without just bombing the enemy medical, without just bombing the enemy demo, or without expecting his team to follow up and create space. How do you secure your scouts kills? How do you have a second bomb behind your Uber trade and support and find meaningful frags? That kind of stuff. How efficient can you be when it's not about your team following you up? And Blaze at I-52 and I-58, if you want to learn how to play Roma, ladies and gentlemen, watch those games. Blaze Masterclass. And for me, still the largest reason, other than the clockwork factor, why Freyatek were the #1 Viethoofd team in the world. Can Rocky do that? That's the big question here, because the guy has the aim. We've seen what Mike can do on Roma. Oh look, I found you, you now die. Oh look, I went to mid, I just double rocketed the medic. Rocky's capable of doing those things. That's easy for him. There's no problem about connecting rocket to man. Is Rocky able to pick up all the little subtleties of Roma? Does he pick up how to contribute meaningfully in a 50 HP while Ubers are traded? Can he control the health packs? Can he set up plays with Elmo? He's got no better partner in Odds TF2 than Elmo to do it. But does Rocky have the ability to do that? And I don't want to sound like I'm attacking Rocky. These are subtleties and moments and, details that most roamers don't understand. It's what makes the elite. But because Rocky has the aim, and because he has the jump maps, and because he has the pickup pedigree, he could in theory make this happen. Although against him again is he's a 40% heals career pocket. Is he going to be able to step away from what he knows and into this new world of, aha, I'm killing everything because I'm Mike again? That's why for me, actually, in a weird way, he's probably the most important player to watch in Jasmine. Because if he fails, it's going to be incredibly entertaining. Because he's got Elmo, who's the ultimate support partner for this. And let's be real here, because if he does go big, if Rocky connects all of the dots, if he's the roamer that we want, then the next land Jasmine goes to, watch the hell out.
Yeah, because that's exactly right. And you touched on it there where Rocky, probably as far as DM potential, anyone who's ever played him on Spire will know that, we've seen Mike do so much damage on Roma in Europe. Rocky has comparable, no, it's heresy to say, but he has comparable rocket aims than GE God himself. So it'll be really, really interesting to see what he's able to get done there, and especially with Elmo's support. You couldn't really ask for anyone better there. So it will be, really interesting to see, and especially if Hertz and Soul are able to have the capacity to shut that down as well on the flip side during those really heavy, Jasmine, Uber trade, repush type things, because that like a lot of Rocky's success, like we can talk about how much Rocky needs to do these things, but if Souls and Hertz just have his number the entire game, there's only so much that he can do. As we do have a string, so hopefully we'll be heading in very soon. Is there anything else you wanted to touch on in pre-game Yukari, heading into Snakewater, the first map?
I'm just going to say, thinking about it, reflecting a bit, if Jasmine loved to do that, let's just take a player trade or an Uber trade and just fight on the remnants. I think that's probably a approach that is going to be more familiar with Rocky. I think, just again, judging from the fact that the guy is not that experienced at Roma and he is more experienced with a heel-heavy playstyle, it seems like we're going to throw stuff at each other and rocks are going to fall and it's going to come down to who has better deathmatch. That's probably a good place for Rocky to be. Again, like from what I've seen, the limited play, he's much more comfortable with Elmo kind of grabs his hand and is like, come fly with me to the moon. Let's bash some kid's head in, as opposed to kind of, oh, okay, how do I support this guy? How do I support that guy there? Supporting play is hard to learn. Like, I don't want this to sound like I'm picking on Rocky. It's the natural consequence of a guy who is a very high mechanical pocket moving to Roma, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I don't know. It's still funny to me to see Rocky wearing gunboats. It's just such an alien thing.
Yeah, he calls them the cuckboats. That should tell you how this man thinks about playing with gunboats.
Yeah, exactly right. We have got a server right now, and we do have a fair few players in there right now. So before I cue in our play-by-play wizards for tonight, I will quickly run over the rosters and the lineups, and the maps rather, once again. On the side of Jasmine Tea, your number 1 seeded team, we have Elmo and Madness on the Scouts, Rocky on the Roma, Gio on the Pocket, Paulson on the Demonstration Man, and Jono on the Medic, while on the side of No Safe Word, we have TJ and Hertz Scouts. TJ in the flank and Hertz on the TJ in the combo rather, and Hertz on the flank. Sol as the roaming soldier, Yule as the pocket soldier, Enrith as the demo man, and Locke as the medic. Snakewater will be our first map, followed by Reckoner, then Badlands. So without any further ado, I will cue in Sage and HiipFire, who will be taking you through the play-by-play tonight. How are you going, guys?
It's been so long since I've been allowed to talk. Yeah, I'm having a good night. I just came back from a scrim and I'm hyped to cast some TF2, especially this lineup. Like, it's always going to be a treat. We got to cast it like last week or the week before, but it's easily the best matchup this season, so it should be interesting. What do you think about it, Tipfer? Like,
I'm doing pretty good. I'm pretty excited for this. I mean, I just finished eating a very late breakfast, so it's relatively early, but I mean, it's 1 p.m. I should live. It should be fine. It's gonna be a good match.
I forgot that you're in Europe, and you said very late breakfast. I'm like, that is late. It's 9 o'clock. So that's interesting. But dude, I'm actually pretty hyped for this because we have actually 12 in the service. We should see it ready up soon. It's I don't know. Like I said, it's the best matchup, undoubtedly. Like, really close teams. In previous seasons, it's just like Jasmine haven't been rivaled as well. Usually, I don't know if it's with their roster change or what's happening, but this is probably their biggest rival since Ego. Considering like last time they were facing, I think it was No Safe Word. No Safe Word weren't. Wait, I might be absolutely talking rubbish because I think they were under a different name. So I might be just absolutely wrong on that, so I'm going to be quiet. But we have a ready up from one team, I believe I heard. So I'm happy to get into this. I don't know if we're live in real time, but I think we are live in real time. So that's good. So we'll be getting it ready up in the next probably minute or so. Yeah, with the analysis death, it was really... it's a really interesting thing to see is how Rocky performs. Yukari was saying that he has the DM to perform well. It's just seeing how we can apply that, because Roma is one of the classes where you need to be thinking to be doing maximum output. It's interesting to see how he applies that.
Yeah, the first time I heard of Rocky was the Ulti Duo Cup, and it was kind of odd for me to see him play Roamer, since everyone's talking about his pocket play. But we're starting. The game is live with the first map of this best of 3 between Jasmine Tea and No Safe Word. This is the first map, Snakewater, going into the first mid. Let's see what's going on over here. Demos have arrived. The soldier for Jasmine Tea is trying to get some high ground here. He's actually bombing in. That will be Rocky. He gets the frag onto Endrith very early and goes down to Hertz, but then Paulson gets the frag onto Soul as well. So 2 frags for the Jasmine Tea squad, and no safeword will just immediately get out.
Yeah, a brutally quick thing. You watch Boston that mid, the first thing he does is he locks off Audios from the scouts and Sol, who is playing in kitchen. Really textbook play, and the scout gets cleaned up lower as well, but he does trade for Geo, and then House goes down as well. This is the Devil's Guardian. It's quite possibly the edgiest alias I've ever seen. So they're forward in lobby here. We might see exchange of Ubers, but I doubt it. Johnny's just coming up on his. I don't know if we'll see forward aggression because he went down. Comes up Sniper. So this is the thing, is because how confident Rocky is the pocket roll, Geo does have the ability to off class when he goes. It's a very helpful thing to have soldiers in that switch position, especially as Geo is probably one of the best snipers in Australia. So he's definitely to be on my camera.
We have the sniper. We also have the Hurt spy. He's moving around. He sees Geo there, but he actually will beef the backstab there. He will go down, dropping Geo to 5 HP. So spy play not really working out. This is going to give Jasmine Tea some more space. Going in, Hertz even says, what the hell is this class? How is that not a backstab? Pretty upset, and there's little beef there, but I think it's all his fault. I don't think you can blame that one on the game. But Geo, in drop down, he's peeking on the right side here. He's going to peek in. No one really holding this. He could get a free shot onto the medic, but he can't seem to find him, and said he will go and try and get the headshot onto Enrith, but he won't even hit that. So for now, just, you know, doing the old off-class, you know, just... Ooh, Hurt's trying to outplay.
This was the upset in last Grand Finals. It was Snakewater, which was the old roster with Geo and Elmo, versus Madmen, and Hurt's sniper was the one thing that upset them at the start, before they generally adjusted to it. Geo's probably cleaned up, going for an aggro pick, yeah. Didn't have the buff, and just gets cleaned up by Yauch. We're probably going to see counter-aggression, or maybe... Oh, Elmo also just goes down lower, double aggress by Suze. Kind of just ending spam. Jasmine, because they do pick up Hurts, they're going to be able to continue this hold, and Geo is going to come back up on Scout. Oh, Soldier, rather. I'm lying. When a sniper comes back up to spawn nation. Oh my god, Rocky just jumps in straight onto Lock and gets the drop. That's a very... You don't expect to say. And it's 4 players are in, and they haven't even Ubered yet. This is disastrous. No safeword. The players are behind trying to stop. They're just going to be pincering themselves as they can't really think this Uber. They're behind and low health on everybody. This should be a round, and it is. That's a very quick round.
This feels so bad. Rocket gets the drop onto Lock, and then Elbow just W's in and gets 2 frags. And I mean, you can't really hold last anymore.
Yeah,
basically a done deal.
Pretty sloppy. I believe this is Jasmine Tea's pick, so we might see some general dominance. I don't know what to really expect, but based off that first round, it's the thing. We're watching Jasmine Tea. When you watch Jasmine, spec Paulson on, it's because Paulson's a been too short with the stickies, and Rocky ends up going down, going forward. Geo ends up picking him Enrith. That's a demo down, but Paulson goes down in exchange. Elmo's really low, but he ends up dying in... Oh no, this is really bad. John is gonna get cleaned up as well. It's just Madness, who ends up winning a fight with Sol, and he's caught behind. He's gonna probably just try and kill TJ. He doesn't end up hitting the shots. A completely different mid from what we first saw. A complete wipe for Jasmine, and Rocky's already up on the engineer.
Yeah, it's very much the opposite. Those safeword managed to get out after they lost their demo, and I think Soldier in the first mid, but Jasmine Tea trying to kind of stay into it after they'd lost Rocky and Paulson. They did get that cleanup onto Enrith off of Rocky's bomb, but yeah, they didn't really get anything after that, and it just all went down. So
how much sniping? I'm interested to see what I can do with this, because we've seen a GS sniper, we've seen Hurt sniper, we haven't seen Elm sniper. And they're already up on the super, it looks like they're picking lower, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to get anything. No, they're going far right, so decent place from the snipes. Watching lower already, only hitting a player who gets body shot, he's probably going to get after Scout. The Uber hasn't taken that much ground for them, especially because the sentry hasn't yet gone down. It finally goes down, and Geo does go down with it. Heals on the right, but they haven't got this Uber charge yet. On any hope, they're probably going to have to get this up, and they're up on 90. Almost just mulching people on the heavy. A Scout and a Soldier now. Just mulching, yeah, they get mulched. Yul is on the side, probably, no, yeah, he gets called out by Rocky. He ends up dying. Rocky doing a good job on that last, actually, getting picks and keeping them pushed back, and Elbow on that heavy just stopped any aggression when he switched off sniper.
Yeah, they got the sentry, and then they start focusing the people on the other side, and then Elmo came up as the second sentry, and then basically just put out all the damage they needed to what's that, the little push. Now
Yeah,
Jasmine Tea
Hertz
moving into
sniper.
anything.
He's playing close to the right. Hertz trying to get forward. He's getting backed up. He's actually on his normal analyst now. They're backing into. Oh, really low health on him. He's gonna get caught out actually. It's really sloppy. So player Lawrence, it's finally getting out. But we might see some forward aggression as the positioning isn't great for no safe word, and they don't have the Uber yet because Jasmine weren't forced to use. Probably part of that is the sniper. The sniper role obviously is great for dropping Ubers and getting picks, while during their ability to get that force into mid if he isn't doing that. So they're gonna break out window and go lower actually. This is an interesting push. They're taking ground and they can't even take damage while they're here, and Block's probably gonna get Ubered early. That's really good. They've lost Hertz and Geo have gone down for Jasmine's side, but they haven't even popped yet. Sol's probably gonna pick up Rocky on a pretty good play from Zor's side, but we're probably gonna see an Uber re-aggression maybe? They're on lower, they're just looking for the soldier who they know is behind. They finally pick him up and he's gonna back up.
They're just sitting on grass here, Jasmine Tea, just trying to find their way onto the second point. They do actually finally make it onto it. Elmo actually gets a kill onto Soul on the flank and window there. The only one who was really forward from no safe word, so the rest of the team is going to back out into last. And Jasmine Tea still has the Uber advantage. They still have not popped this Uber from all the way from their push into mid, so they're going to be making their way into last. They see most of no safe word here on the left. The soldier will get launched. It just gets destroyed. Yule is down. TJ trying to get into spawn. He will go down as well. Ender Volts is actually making it into the spawn, but the rest of the players are going to try and cap the point. No safe word cannot get on the point in time. Jasmine Tea will go up 2-0.
Yeah, it was a good push, pretty textbook. It ended up working well, and it's going to be the second round. Who do you want to watch on this mid this time?
Let's just watch the Rocky again. I want to see if he did anything fancy off this time. He's been very aggressive in these mids. Jumping up on the right side. He's trying to jump over. Gets onto top left. Can't really see an opening just yet. He's going to deal with the soldier that's behind. Here's what the rest of Jasmine Tea will do while Rocky's busy with that. There's some aggression coming in. That will be Geo jumping in. Elmo and Madness and Paulson all just getting frags, and those sabers just crumbling into this mid. They've gotten one frag onto Jono. Those, I think, Yule on the flank play. Actually, no, that wasn't. That was just another soldier. But no safe word will be wiped. That will be a mid win for Jasmine Tea.
Yeah, definitely. That was almost perfect play from Jasmine outside the small thing that Soul ended up getting forward on the medic and getting that pick, so it's going to hamper probably the last push. I would say that they're going to get second here. At least they cap, but it's just madness, and he's going to be forwarded back because the team don't want to risk players for it, I'm guessing. But is that Rocky? Rocky is all the way in lobby.
I don't know what he's trying to do here to drop that. I guess he could maybe catch someone. Oh, he's coming.
He gets the scout, and he's on the med. He flips the rocket.
Oh, well, I mean, it was a decent idea. He did get hurts, and this is a lot of frags for Jasmine Tea. Just lock on last now. They lost so many players holding second that this is a free cap for Jasmine Tea, but that's 3-0. We were a little bit distracted by Rocky's play, and Jasmine Tea just destroys no safe word on second.
It doesn't seem like they've really showed up to this match so far. I don't know if it's just Jasmine's dominance on Snakewater, or maybe no safe word, maybe just having a bad day, but it's not their best showing so far.
Yeah, well, let's see if they could show up on this next mid. There's a soldier jumping through the air. That would be Soul. He gets nothing done. Rocky will also go down on the other side of the map, so even players right now. Some no safer players trying to just push through. Yule trying to push over the point. He's now stuck in Jasmine Tea's kitchen. Geo actually will go down, dropping down onto the point. Going down to TJ. Yule will get cleaned up behind now by Elmo, but Jasmine Tea has mostly given up on this mid. No safe word basically have won this mid just by having a little bit better positioning. This mid.
Yeah, definitely. Geo's play wasn't enough to win them the mid, sadly, but they're starting to move in here. It was a decent mid by both teams. No safe word barely clinched it. We're just going to see a stalemate. Pretty standard stuff. But Hertz on Spy. Hertz is... I don't know. I didn't really know this until recently, but Hertz plays a lot of Spy. I don't know. It's an interesting play. I feel like you see Spy a lot more nowadays compared to like when it used to. Like Spy used to be this weird thing you didn't really see, and now like you have players like, I guess, well, I don't think Mookie counts, but constant Spy play.
Well, Hertz is behind. He meets Jono. this time he could not blame the game for beefing that spy play. That was definitely Jono looking straight at him. So Hertz is gonna need to figure out what he's doing wrong. It's kind of interesting that he's using the regular invisible watch, not using the cloak and dagger. But Gio's actually sacking into no safe word there, trying to get the force onto lock. And there's also a counter sack, I think, going in. Jono's on 60 HP, but maybe that was just some spam. I don't know exactly what was going on there. But the Uber have been popped by both medics. It is a trade, and both Ubers are pretty bad. Neither team really able to play too much off of it, but no safer is going to go into grass. They have some space here. Rocky trying to jump in. It's completely denied by the scouts of no safe word. Madness will get Soul. Hertz will push over onto the point, get Paulson. The Soldier trying to jump in, trying to get the frag onto Lock. Lock will go down, but it's just Madness and Jono now for Jasmine Tea. Madness is going to have to try and keep Jono alive. They're going to have to back off into last section. Madness will actually go down. It's just Jono on last, waiting on his spawners, and no safe word with the player advantage is going to try to roll this into last here. They're on the point right now. They're doing some pretty decent damage to players, but the spawners from Jasmine Tea are coming in, and Enderith, Hertz, and Yule are all going down. It's just TJ left on last. He will go down. No safe word. Sitting on second soon whenever they get their spawners.
Yeah, that was a really awkward play. So, like, the first thing that I noticed was I thought that was going to be in Jasmine's favor. Like, they got the medic pick, and they didn't. The one flaw that I think they didn't account for was Madness didn't get out with Jono. Madness got caught out by Enderith stickers. And then Jono was just kind of awkward and lost. And I expected that then to go to the side of no safe word, but then they kind of beefed plays. Rocky got in, he kind of caused a bit of havoc behind and didn't get cleaned up immediately. They just ended up beefing a lot of stuff and Lock backed up. So, but we do see some forward players, definitely. Like, Lock's already up on the super, so he might be pushing straight away. They're only on 70 ammo on Sniper. See if they can get anything done.
Should be able to push off of this Uber advantage here. They're looking through the shutter. They're just going to pop straight through it. There's a bunch of sticks there. Ender will get completely launched by the sticks, but there's a scout on the point. He's getting so much time on the point that's hurts. The no savers players just have to touch the point at this point, and everyone on Jasmine Tea is extremely weak. A lot of players on double-digit health. They will pop that Uber. No safe word is going to try and get out. Now, Lock actually getting caught in lower. The rest of no safe word players just desperately trying to maybe get a little bit of a miniature backup here, but there's a heavy on the point. And Jasmine Tea successfully holding last. They're going to be moving into second, and their Soul actually trying to sack onto Jono will not get that frag.
Good spy. So, we're going to see Hertz is bumping into people, so he's going to probably back up and go for either change class when Soul spawns or something, but that was kind of awkward. The Uber... Hertz almost got the round straight off cap, but they're going to start pushing in already, so I might start doing that right now. They're breaking a mid already. That's really ballsy, and Johnny goes down lit, so it doesn't seem to have it. They're pushing a little bit.
Oh, Hertz is actually still here on spy. He's trying to get the revolver shots into Jono, who gets 3 shots, but Jono going to single-digit health will somehow survive. Oh, wow, that was really close, because Jono was on 95%. That could have been an extremely clutch frag from Hertz, but it just barely didn't work out. Very unfortunate for no safe word. Now, Jasmine Tea, with this Uber advantage, trying to move their way onto second through grass here. Their Uber advantage has now completely disappeared. It's going to be even Ubers. It's going to be a question who's going to pop first. It will be Jono onto Paulson. Lock has not popped his Uber just yet. They're just walking straight into this lower area. The Uber has now been popped. It's not that great of an Uber for no safe word. A bunch of multis. This is going to be very hard for no safe word to play off of. They are on mid, though. They have some space there. Rocky on the sniper. Actually, Geo behind will get the frag onto Lock. Now no safe word just needs to pounce now, get the frags they need. They're trying to do what they can. The scouts pushing in. We'll actually get some frags. Soul as well. But now it's Soul and Enrith left against 3 players. Enrith running out of ammo will get pain trained by Paulson. Now it's just Soul on no safe word second. So Jasmine Tea is going to be moving in.
Yeah, definitely. Paulson, it was a bit awkward there. They ended up losing Lock to Geo's aggression early, and then it was just kind of a weird fight. Paulson kind of awkward. Johnny goes down really low, just I think it was Soul, and they ended up working it well. They just played off heals and ended up coming up on top. But they're already breaking a second here, and they might be doing this underplay again. It does look like they are. So forward, they were a bit early though.
Oh yeah, this is definitely not as good as it was last time. They do get Soul and Yule here, and they're trying to maybe get some control of lobby here. Actually, they get TJ as well and almost got Hertz. Actually, Hertz is getting aggressed on right now by Geo, who's trying to get onto the medic, I think, but Rocky's on the point. If Cap's second and no safeword, there's no way for them to get on the point. Everyone's locked into the spawn, and Jasmine Tea with a really fast little cap from second into last there. Go up 4-0.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe that was a pretty weird loss, but it was pretty overall well. They moved in with the Uber, they got the cap, and then no saver just couldn't really aggress and got locked down on the right. See what they end up, because Geo's been doing a lot of this business. He's actually been playing kind of roamery, and he's already in deep. That's Rocky this time though.
Yeah, he won't get any frags. Geo will get a frag onto Soul. So again, soldiers have been traded early on in this mid. Now Geo is trying his luck. He will go on to TJ. Yule trying his luck on top together with TJ. We'll get some frags onto Geo and Geo Madness. Yes, that is right. And now Jasmine Tea with 3 players left. We're gonna just have to back out into second. No safeword now making their way. TJ just W straight into Elma. We'll get that frag as well. So no safeword. Finding frags all over. We'll cap up second. And well, actually they haven't even capped mid yet, but we'll be capping up second soon. And then it'll be probably in a little bit of a stalemate, but we do have Geo on the sniper, so we'll see what he can do.
Yeah, Geo's gonna be 3 to watch. That, I don't know. We'll see if they play off it, because Geo has been sniping a little bit, but this could definitely prompt a push from Jasmine. I thought he was AFK or something for a little bit. I don't know what was happening there, because he was just standing still in mid, but he's back now, and it's just, yeah, the classic stalemate. Oh, Soul goes down the bottom, and then Hertz goes down as well, so that's definitely going to be prompting at least a sack, but likely a push, because the 2 players down. Rocky's already breaking in lower, trying to clear stuff, and he takes Hyatt. It's just, I don't think it's Elmo with the trap, I think.
Yeah, this is just, oh, Paulson getting the drop onto Lock. This is horrible for no safeword. Now it's just they're going to get Ubered on by Jasmine Tea. Paulson once again getting another pain chain frag. This time it will be on Yule. We do have TJ moving through lower a little bit, thinking about doing a little bit of a back hat play, but he's going to get out. But that was a very unfortunate series of events there for no safe.
No, there's no way he gets this. Okay, Hertz is running in last. Ends up he's gonna get cleaned up. So, he was called by Paulson, but he still ran past Elmo, who mustn't have heard it, or was a miscommunication or something, and TJ almost gets cleaned up by the skill stick by Rocky. It's even players, but they've got awkward positioning. Oh my god! Joe is absolutely huge. He absolutely destroys Soul. No, Yule, actually. I can't believe that. That was disgusting.
Oh no! Well, that's...
What do you even say? Like, Elmo, I think, suspended him as scout, and then Jerry just came in and alley-ooped him. You're perhaps wishing there was a safe word.
Oh man, that's still, I'm still just, okay, well, anyway, Jasmine Tea is trying to roll this, the second cap off of Geo's air shot straight into mid, but no safer will be spawning in time to contest it. Jasmine Tea will probably be pushing in soon. Actually, Rocky goes down to TJ here, playing very aggressive. And there's actually also a Soul coming in through window. We'll get the force onto Jono, so this is very bad for Jasmine Tea. They've been forced so far back into Saw that they can't really do anything off of this Uber. Geo and Yule do go down, but the Uber advantage is for the side of no safe word, with 4 players trying to make their way through grass. They don't really have a flank, but they're going to try doing this anyway. 2 scouts and a demo. Let's see what they can do. Rocky will be trying to sack in. He will go down. A lot of rockets onto Lock, though. You will be very weak, and this is going to be kind of a sticky situation for him to potentially get spammed and forced, but holding very far back. It will be fine. Geo has a slight sightline on him, but he won't get that shot. And no safe word. We'll be capping up that second point, moving into last through lower here.
This is the best opportunity they've had all run to win a wall match to get around, and they're starting to walk through. Paulson also gets cleaned up. Madness and Rocky end up cleaning up TJ and Hertz. It's those scouts in this Uber fight, but the soldiers are up, and the Uber's on the point. Can they block? They don't. So no safe would finally clinch a round. That wasn't a great push, but it was enough to beat the weakened side of Jasmine with their 2 players down.
I was a little nervous when they lost 2 players on the left side of mid, but it's just because I was like, just stand on the point. There's no one really contesting it, but I mean, they eventually got it. So yeah, it is Now 4-1, no safeword finally getting on the board. Next mid, let's see if no safeword can maybe ride some momentum off of that. This is a relatively uneventful mid as of now. There is a soldier on top eventually. That will be Gio, but he is going to get spammed a little bit and go back into playing a little bit passive. Now Rocky's on top as well. A lot of good positioning for Jasmine Tea. And actually, Elmo on the left side will get the frag onto Hertz. Yule will go down. Soul will get a frag onto Rocky, jumping over the point. But now it's 3v5 and no safeword recognize that there's no real chance for them to win this mid. They're going to get back out. And actually, TJ will get a frag onto Elmo, trying to walk his way through Saw and get a frag onto the med maybe. So that is actually good for no safeword into this second hold. Jasmine T trying to peek through Saw, but it's not really going to work out there.
Yeah, sure. Interesting mid play. Like, you see Jasmine, and Jasmine are known as a hyper-aggressive team. It's good to see that, like, especially on Snakewater, which I'd say is what I'm saying right now is one of their best maps, is they can play it patiently, they know what they're doing, they played that very surgically, they waited for them to slip up, they knew they had the health advantage as well, and they just slowly edged no safeword out of the mid with picks. We have Elmo and Sniper, which I didn't expect to see, but, I mean, we'll see what he can do, because it is Elmo. He's just watching. He actually almost kills Enric with a body shot.
Some weak players on no safeword. If we had someone ready to sack, this would be the perfect opportunity to Gio actually catches Jewel in Saw. Gonna try and get some aggression onto the combo there. Get some rockets onto Enrith. TJ's on 20 HP. Elmo gets the frag onto Hertz here. That's one frag making the space in grass. He gets another one onto Enrith. And Rocket getting onto Soul. We'll get that frag too, but Soul gets the force out of Elmo, out of Jono. But they do get that second cap, and now it's 3v6 on last. No safeword is forced to pop their Uber. They have not dropped a player. Rocky going down. Now they're trying to make their way through lobby with these spawners. See if they can do some more. Elmo's still on this train area. He's ready to get some shots. He gets a shot onto Yule as well. That's the third frag. This is just cruel. Sees a demo, but I think no safeword has gotten the message. They're gonna go back to last. Maybe not peek into that sniper sightline again.
So Hertz back on the spy. They're also coming up in the Uber, so he's gonna have to be quick because I'm betting Jasmine aren't gonna be waiting around for much longer. But he's in a really good position to at least kill Elmo. But he looks like he's not interested in Elmo. He's gonna go for the medic pick, and I wouldn't be expecting it right now. But can he keep up? Okay, Gio is just. Gio can see in 360 degrees and just turns around and kills him. The Uber comes out and the cap can't be stopped. It finally gets stopped, almost caps. TJ comes out and then they can't defend it. Pretty standard push there, full Uber ad and a player down because Hertz got cleaned up before he could do anything. The spy play a bit risky, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I'd really prefer if he went for the sniper, as you said. It seems a little too ambitious to go for the medic when you see him already like making his way through lower. But, oh well, it wouldn't have really made that big of an impact anyway, but it could have helped. But no safeword. Now into this mid, going very aggressive, trying to make it onto the medic, but the medic's all the way onto Catwalk. So they have to make up for a lot of distance there, and they will not get that frag. Hertz going down as well. Elmo actually goes down to a pipe from Enrith, and Gio as well. A lot of aggression from Jasmine Tea getting kind of stopped here, but Enrith now going down. It's just TJ and Locke. And even though they got those 2 extra frags, they're going to have to get out the second.
Yeah, it was a bit back and forth. They had the indefinite advantage for most of the mid, and then when they were going to push the players who were remaining in mid for no safeword, they kind of did lose it a little bit. Like Gio got killed and Elmo got killed, but Rocky and Madness did follow up on their damage and back them out. But it looks like they're going to try and fight this from kitchen. Yeah, they're going to go in and they're probably going to end up having to use this Uber. They do Uber charge, and fight is going pretty well for the side of Jasmine.
Yeah. TJ's already dead. Now it seems a little bit like a traditional mid-fight right now. And Jasmine Tea has all the positioning here, all on top and on the point. Elmos is just peeking around. He gets the body shot onto Hertz and gets the headshot onto Locke.
Oh my God.
Gets another body shot onto a soldier as well. So Elmo, once again, just finding all the openings. A soldier trying to jump in, that will be Soul. We'll get a frag onto Gio, but that's all he will get. He will get cleaned up. Manus... or not, someone else almost went down, but I have lost track of who that was. But Jesus, Elmo, what is this? He's just getting all these frags, and there's just nothing you can do. Gets another shot onto a soldier there in lobby as well. Hertz actually will respond with a frag out to Madness. Elmo sees that heal beam, wants to get a frag onto that medic. Sees some other no safeword players around though. Paulson in the frag onto Hertz. He sees that demo. Ender will get a headshot in his face. He's gonna body shot the Soldier's soul. He's on 20 HP. He will go down as well. Lop goes down as well to Paulson's pipes there. So now Jasmine Tea has the opportunity. Full Uber advantage. They need to get 1 point. There's basically 2 players left. It's TJ and Hertz sees a couple Uber players. Not much he can do. Jasmine Tea will win this map 6-1.
Yeah, Elmo just going absolutely nuts at the end there. Sniper. He decided he was sick of playing TF2 and he changed the game to a point-and-click adventure. Absolutely dismantling no safe word. So, yeah, let's bring up these logs. Is this a job for the analysis deck? Desk, rather? Deck,
the Analysts desk, yes.
Yeah.
I think it's time for the yauch, the yauch, and the yukari to spit some knowledge.
As I'm just gonna spit some knowledge straight up by saying that's the wrong log in the clicky logs, Wiethoofd. You might want to. Yep, thank you. No, we will bring that up in a moment, but I know there were some things you wanted to touch on, Yukari, but before I let you just go on a spiel, I want to quickly commend a few players there. We talked about the roamers, and they both, they're a little bit hot and cold during that, which was interesting. Paulson just had DM flex for days, and I hope that's a strange main train that he's rocking right there, because he's going around farming kids with it. And Elmo, Gramps made a point of it, saying that he just went and played point-and-click adventure, but there was a period there when he was fighting on Snakewater mid, towards the end of this map, where he hit legitimately everything that he aimed at, and when you've got a player playing that high impact, it's just, there's so little you can do to combat that, and that's why Yukari coming into this said that Elmo is the best player in ozfortress. I will bring the logs up and I'll highlight some interesting things for you, but Yukari, take us away with some analysis.
Okay, that was a game of 2 halves. The first 20 minutes, everyone's soldiers are doing whatever they want. What does pocket mean? I don't protect the medic, I'm dive bombing the enemy. That's what Soldier does, right? And dying a lot. But, there's an old aphorism in fighting. If 2 guys are just swanging and banging, the guy that picks his shots better wins, and Jasmine picked their shots better. If you rewatch that game, you'll see that when one of Jasmine's players, so say Rocky goes for a med bomb, Gia is in position to play the post tube or play the post force or play whatever, and vice versa. When Gia would go for med picks, Rocky would do the same. Jasmine's post soldier bomb play was miles better. They had Madness and Elmo sticking together with Paulson. Paulson just flexed his muscles because he was unstoppable, and I think those logs tell the tale of the tape. Enrith couldn't do anything that game. He was totally shut down because his soldiers weren't in position with him to handle fights after somebody made an aggressive play. Rocky or Gia almost always seemed like they were. So that was kind of the first half of the game. And the second half of the game was Jasmine just slowed it down. They were like, okay, we're going to play a bit more traditionally. Gia's going to stick with the med more. And Elmo's just going to kind of play Sesame Street sing-along with the sniper rifle on top of no safe word. No offense, I understand people think Gia's a great sniper, and he is, but what the hell is he doing sniping when Elmo can do that to the other team? That was Elmo's, fancy pants fun time Adventureland. What is that? Stop this man.
Yeah, and you made a good point that I'm going to claim credit for, actually. It'd be interesting to see, because we do see Geo going for a lot of these sack plays here. Instead of Geo coming up on Sniper, it'd almost be worth Elmo coming up on Sniper and Geo scouting, because Geo is arguably one of the better scouts in Jasmine Tea. I don't want to throw any Jasmine Tea scouts under the bus, but Geo's very good at scout.
Yeah, and I suppose the other thing that's worth talking about is just I think those first 2 mids from Rocky's perspective were a really interesting example of how it's actually very hard to make decisions at the top level on Roma. First round, Rocky won them the round. Ultra aggressive play on top of Enrith, just smashes him down with crispy directs. Goes on, makes a play onto Lock while holding last, makes him drop Uber. Oh yeah, that was stupid. No Roma should ever make that play. Who cares? If you hit rockets, kill medic. It works. Second mid, Rocky goes for the same play. Now, most people, I think, would go, that's a good thing. If it's working, keep doing it until it doesn't work. Make them fear you, especially somebody like Rocky. You should be intimidated by Rocky's DM. They instantly shut him down, killed him, and because Sol was playing support with his scouts, his team won. Now, I don't want this to sound like criticizing any player, because I would have done the same thing in Rocky's situation. I think most players would have. Just go for the thing that worked. But it shows how hard it is to make decisions with Roamer at the top level. You're so fragile, and you usually only get the opportunity to get off 2 rockets before you instantly die. You have to be very specific when you pick and take your fights.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Sol sort of playing a very different Roamer style to Rocky as well. I was impressed by Sol's play in some of the transition areas. He'd had some really good times where he went for some non-committal forces, and by that I mean he coordinated spam with his team really well. He put himself in a position where he was threatening to bomb and threatening to put out damage, and that was enough to get the force out in a lot of situations, so he doesn't have to commit his life, and he did that better than Rocky, I think. Rocky was very much of the, I shall throw myself at the medic and the medic shall fear me, but Locke has better movement than to fall for that every day of the week. So Sol played well there, but he just wasn't able to have impact during the Uber trades in the way that we talked about before the game, and the Ubers out of Jasmine were just sublime. It was a 6-man Uber, not in the sense that 6 people were getting Ubered, but 6 people were doing things during the Uber, and it was excellent to see, and that was probably their strongest point in this Snakewater. We're going on to map 2 now, which is CP Reckoner Release Candidate 2. A relatively new map in the rotation. For any Americans watching, they'll be thinking, what in the Jesus is this? And anyone who's played the map will agree with them, what in the Jesus is this? But that's beside the point. Anything you want to see No Safe Word improve on? What do you think they see in this map as their pick, Yukari?
I have no idea. The only thing I can guess is that when Yul played demo, he seemed to have a really good grasp of this map, so maybe he understands something that others don't. I don't know. I actually almost don't think what maps they pick against Jasmine matter. Whether or not No Safe Word are going to succeed, in my mind, is on factors that aren't really relevant to the map. I think, I don't know, I could do a video on it sometime, but I think their soldier coordination was really off. It didn't look like Yul was ready to play with the med when Sol went behind. I saw a lot of sack timing where, like I said, the other soldier just didn't look like he was in a good position or a good place to do anything meaningful when one soldier was sacked. I think they got absolutely crushed on the soldier coordination, like it wasn't even a contest. You can go for randy aggressive plays, but the key is to set your team up, to clue them in, to do it in a way that works in the team framework, and Jasmine just did that miles better. I think at 15 minutes in, all the soldiers on the teams had died 10 or 15 times, and while it's a little bit confusing to see Gio no, hold my beer, Rocky, I'm going for the med. It's a little bit confusing to see a pocket do that, but I can't think of many situations where he screwed his team going for that play. Whereas I can see a lot of situations like Sol's behind, why are No Safe Word just fighting?
Yeah, there was one mid. Yeah, sorry to cut you off there, but there was one mid that I think sort of epitomised what you were saying in that sense, where Sol went for the long con. He went into the enemy kitchen, and he went out the enemy kitchen, and he went in the enemy window and through the enemy saw to sort of put the long flank on. But in the time it took him to do that, to sort of draw some eyes, divert a bit of attention, and then get into position. By this time, it had just allowed Paulson to get healed up and walk across the point, and that's not what you want Paulson to have time to do, because the dude's an absolute beast. He's the best Emma man in the world, arguably, and you don't want him to have time to do those sorts of things. And so in that sense, they just need to play a little bit more patiently, as you've been touching on, and just really cue themselves in better to have more success as a team in team fights. I don't think there was anything else I wanted to touch on. Actually, I've just brought up the logs.tf, as we are going to be live very soon. I brought up the logs on logs.tf. Out of curiosity, Elmo hit 61% sniper accuracy. That is ungodly. That's fucked. Straight up. I
just think the one last thing, maybe an observation you made while that game was going on. Rocky took some really good positioning in Jasmine's last pushes, really good positioning, and I noticed that he was doing that in sync with Elmo. So it looks like they've become the take my hand and fly me to the moon duo. There was some really nice close coordination between those two in last pushes. Now I don't know if that's one person actually telling the other person what to do, or that's just natural chemistry, or maybe neither of them have no idea how it happened. It just happened like a beautiful painting, but it was good. It was good to see. And you keep that up for a couple of seasons, and I think the Rocky Elmo flank is going to be something that's much more intimidating come any lands that Jasmine may try and attend.
Yeah. Well, I want that guy who does those horrific SFM fanfics on TFTV. If you can get me a Rocky Elmo fanfic in the works ASAP, I want it to involve some tall pointing spires and things of that like. I would appreciate you, as we are going live, so I'm going to give it back to Hip and Gramps and Sage, rather, as we are going live on map 2, which is Reckoner. Shut up, Gramps.
You're never going to get my name right.
Nah.
Alright, do you want to take me this mid?
Yeah, let's see what's going on in the first mid of the second map. As they said, it is Reckoner. Let's see what's going on. The demos have arrived. They are exchanging the old standard sticky spam. Nothing, or sticky sniping rather. Nothing has really happened just yet. No real damage. Some sticks going around, doing some decent damage to No Safer there. Paulson will get the first frag onto Ender. The soldier flying through the air, trying to get onto Locke. Locke will stay alive after that bomb from, I think, Geo. But Rocky and Elmo are now down. Yule also going down, so it's even numbers right now. But No Safer is very far apart. Like, they're very spread out over this mid. Soul going down alone. Hertz going down alone. Locke is alone. TJ is alone. No safe word. They're out of this mid.
I feel like No Safe Word might have been alone.
Maybe.
So, that was pretty... I'll be honest, I'm a dumb Australian who doesn't understand Reckoner. But the first peg that led to the toppling tower was that Enrith got cleaned up by Paulson early, and then aggression from the soldiers pushed Locke back. Locke ended up hitting the surf and Rocky ended up dying, but he also completely pushed Locke out of the fight on 30 health. But Almost on Sniper already playing, I'm gonna call it lobby...
Cargo.
Cargo, that's the
Nice try.
I did it.
Now he's
I got
toxic.
Second try. No, he's toxic. He misses the scout. Oh, really unlucky shot. He headshots it though. There's a buff.
Okay.
Just gonna see probably a shell stalemate. Almost just gonna go for nuts shots, and people just decide to stand still and take them. Apparently.
Well, now he just needs to convert them into frags, and you know the Jasmine Tea is gonna be good. I mean, he could just pad his headshots on the logs. I mean, that's something too. But for now, yeah, it is in fact a stalemate. Both teams kind of just waiting to see what they can do to open this up. Soul trying to open it up into that lobby area there. Will not get a frag at all. Not even really any damage. Elmo trying to just desperately find an opening. He's gonna go into Toxic again. He is in here. Let's see what he can do. He's gonna go and drop down. He sees the demo. Misses. He sees a scout. He sees the medic behind the crates there. He could... I don't know if you can shoot under that that little forklift. That's the word. Forklifts. But if he... I'm guessing you can't, but that would be like the perfect opportunity to get the drop onto the medic. But he gets Hurts. That is one frag. It sticks by his feet. A soldier will actually be peeking very aggressively. They will just be popping straight in off of that pick off of Hurts. They will be trading this Uber. A little bit of a better Uber for No Safe Word, but Jasmine Tea is completely backed off, and No Safe Word can't really chase that with the Uber that they have. So the Ubers have been traded. Now they can try and find... Oh, man. Well, goodbye, Soul. Elmo's finally found a frag with this sniper rifle. He's going to move into Toxic with his team. Get another headshot onto Enrith there. Great damage for Jasmine Tea to potentially play out. The Solly's coming through that lower area, just jumping around Geo, trying to get onto the combo. Elmo as well. They both go down though, and Paulson goes down in Toxic as well. So this is horrible for Jasmine Tea. Madness will get the cleanup kill to Rocky, but Locke is going to even get a saw off of Rocky. So they're going to have advantage, No Safe Word, going into mid here. And Jasmine Tea, they're going to have to back off into their second.
Yeah, Jasmine got absolutely denied trying to push out of Toxic there. They completely got stopped by a soldier's spam, and then Jono was having to hide in the corner so he did get cleaned up, and without the heals, they just ended up getting destroyed. So, just gonna return into second here. Even Ubers with the build, so wouldn't be surprised if we saw some aggression from Soul or Hertz. They seem to be the ones who are eager to make these plays, and for better or for worse, they seem to be the ones trying to go for play.
Well, let's see what No Safe Word can do. They are all sitting in this lobby area. There's about 34 players in here. Just kind of sticking around. The Sully from lower will be jumping in onto the combo and gets nothing really done, unfortunately. Now, No Safe Word's obviously going to back off a little bit, down a player, waiting for the counter sack from Jasmine Tea. From Geo, he goes down. We'll get decent damage onto Enrith and Locke, but he goes down. Nothing really for either team. Both of those sacks not really going too hot, so unfortunately, we're still here on mid.
Hertz, Sol opened the door for Sniper, and Hertz is up on Sniper, and we don't see a return off class coming out of Geo or anything, so we'll see how they play off this. I'm not sure how, I don't know, it seems a bit awkward playing Sniper in this point, unless you get some Rumored Toxic. Oh, I lied, Geo.
Well, there it is.
Hertz gonna pick Toxic as well, uncontested. He might be able to get something done. He's gonna drop down. He almost killed Jono.
That was so close. If the soldier could jump in right now, or like jumped in as he shot onto Jono, that would have been perfect. But Jono will actually back off anyway. This will give a lot of space to ozfortress to potentially play off of, but Yule is so far in front. He's gonna go down on his own to Madness. TJ will get the cleanup frag after the Uber has now been popped. There goes TJ behind lines. Will get dropped into this Uber. And this is going to be really bad for ozfortress. There's Enrith. He's alone. There's 4 Uber players around him. He goes down. Locke is desperately trying to make his way out. That is a dead Hertz in lower.
Question mark? Locke gets pushed back into Kago. He's probably not cleaned up if he's unlucky. He hits the surfs. Locke is the last surf bender, dude. He's just an air ballerina. So they're going to start capping this up. Ubers have evened out. Jono's slide ad, nothing huge. We should just see a cap come out and probably another stalemate. Oh, Sol's just jumping straight in. They're not going to give it any room for Jasmine to breathe as Hertz cleans up Paulson. I don't think they were expecting that push.
Yeah, that was a great jump off the Paulson as well. He got 2 really good shots or rockets onto Paulson, and he just got easily cleaned up. And now Jasmine Tea just has to back off. No safeword even wanting to try to luck out the second here. They're gonna go through Toxic, and Jasmine Tea is actually gonna give a lot of space up here. Both Soldier and a Scout going down. Geo jumping straight up.
Whoa.
Oh, but everyone going down. TJ, Enrith, and Hertz just before the Uber from No Safeword is up. That is so unlucky. That's such an unlucky timing for No Safeword. They're going to have to completely back off. And Jasmine Tea in the driver's seat. But Soul actually getting the frag out to Jono behind. So somehow No Safeword will find the frag onto Jono. They will have the advantage here on second. But Jasmine Tea still capping up mid.
Yeah, it's gonna halt a little bit, but then probably just gonna stop pushing through. And Elmo might be caught behind. I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing. He's starting it in. He's on Lock. He's hitting the shots. He cleans up Lock. They weren't expecting the play, and just Madness and John and Madness probably gonna get cleaned up by this. He does. It actually does a little bit of damage to TJ, but not nearly enough to get the kill. And we're gonna see a recap come out, but we're gonna see at least 2 spawns for Jasmine.
Well, yeah, the spawners coming in. Rocky Geo. No Safeword still at this point have the I guess player advantage. The combo is right here, but Hertz will just feed into the combo there.
Maybe a sack play?
I guess. I mean,
we'd play the sack, to be honest. And also, Jasmine might take this moment, which it doesn't. They're doing just start aggressing. They don't have Uber yet, but oh my god, Madness almost dies building. So, oh my god, that's butchered. So they have to go back and heal Madness, who started building, and they end up losing Geo in the process. The thing I've noticed so far is Geo's Ubers are just so, like, calculated. He's really good at calling an Uber. He gets in aggressive, but they're starting to move in with the Uber already, and the player down there might not be expecting this so early. It's only 70% up on Lock. They should be able to force them out. Jono hasn't even popped yet. They finally Uber, and Rocky absolutely domes Soul. And it's going to be backing out of cargo. Hertz does clean up Elmo, but Madness gets the return frag on him, and now it's a full Uber. This is gonna is this gonna be another repush with the Uber into middle minute? This has just been back and forth, like, every time.
Yeah, I don't know. Locke got out really early, which I really liked. He did not want to stick around for that fight. So now they do have the Uber to repush. There's a soldier behind. That'll be Geo. He's coming out of the lobby area right now, trying to get into Locke. Locke, 4 HP! Oh, wow. He's alive. Enrith going down, yeah, but Jasmine Tea still has not forced Locke. Madness going down, and this is a pause. So,
the most fun part of casting is the pauses. So, Locke up on his Uber, 50% on Jono. Yeah, Locke went down to I think 5 or 6 there, and Enrith got cleaned up by a forward play by Rocky in the chaos. So it's definitely possible for them to fight this, but just a matter of if, really. Like, it's up to them if they want to take the risk. I mean, Lock hasn't forced it, which is the issue. So they can't play the force and get out as easily. Like, that's probably what I'm going to see them doing, I reckon. Force, play back, and then we're going to see them hold second and re-push with the Ubrad. Ideally. I think it's happened 4 times in a row now, so...
So, I'm getting messages from a desperate analyst who wants to say something. Yauch.
What is
go
that? Is
say
that
some
British?
words. I don't know, dude. Just go. Say words. You want to say something.
Yeah, I'm waiting on an update onto what this actually is for the time being, but until we have that, you sort of touched on it earlier, Gramps. This has been a story of, like, the no safe word aggressive repushes onto mid with their forward spawns. Even when the cap's already gone down, they've been really good with those aggressive pushes out because Jasmine always seem to be losing players, trading out players on the way back in, which gives no safe word that advantage when retaking mid, especially with the way this mid is designed, where you have to be on the low ground to cap. It gives no safe word an automatic positional advantage when taking that fight. So it's a really smart position there, and I think it's coming down to the Yule main calling, who has really switched on. He's showing up this map so far. Elmo's still doing God's work on Sniper, but he's just not quite able to hit those, hit the kills rather than the shots. He's like getting a lot of flick 150 headshots on buff players, which is really disappointing for him. So he needs to start shooting Lock. So I don't know what the hell he's doing. He's just playing Sniper wrong. He's an idiot. Yeah. Other than that, there's not a great deal more to say about this map so far. Other than I don't think we've seen a push on last or in lobby yet, have we? Which is really quite telling as to how this map has been played. It's been played like a 3CP map, that weird 3CP map that they have. There's been nothing going on in lobby and in last as of yet. Gramps, do you think anything of this?
I haven't thought anything in many years, but I don't know, I pretty much agree with what you said. It's like, the Elmo Sniper was an interesting play, and I don't know, I think they need something to change, because it's just like, they're not going to gain anything by going back and forth in this mid. Something just needs to happen.
Yeah, exactly, and it is a nasty push to make happen this mid to second. There's so little like room to wiggle in, as opposed to a map like Snakewater, where you're really able to get some, sort of room and purchase in. All right, son, I'm tagging you in. What do you got to say, Yukari?
Just look at the positioning of players in this pause. Who is in a really great position to force no safe word Zuba? I actually think this. If Sol is able to survive here, then I feel like no safe word should cap mid with that. Oh, they've unpaused.
Oh, it's happening. Alright, so we're gonna kick our analysts back to the Shadow Realm from whence they came, and we're gonna see Jasmine just backing up to second, playing it safe. We have ice skating players and broken hearts, which is always gonna be fun. And that was like a 4 or 5 minute pause, so that's gonna be annoying. But they're already through. Rocky goes down to TJ and Sol's aggression. This isn't looking good. It seems that no safe word have definitely made the better end of this pause so far. So see what they end up doing. They're breaking through. Sol's already all the way in on the med, and he kills Jono.
Oh my god, he drops! Well, this is going to be a really good push for no safe word now. Moving in on the left side here, getting a frag onto Geo there as well. The Uber has been popped. TJ does go down as the Uber goes down. Rocky will get that frag, but now the Uber, they're getting the frags. Rocky, almost 10 HP, manages 36 on this point. They need to get these kills, but they're struggling actually a lot. Menace does get hurt. Elmo, Jono go down. Endrith goes down, but it's still healing advantage for no safe word. Yule going down as though 3 players on the point. There's a soldier jumping straight through the air. That is Soul trying to go for the big air shot on Geo, but he will just crater instead. And no safe word actually will not be getting that last cap. Now, they do have that 50% advantage in lobby, so they will be holding second. But we have Elmo on Sniper. And I'm curious if he's going to try to go a little bit aggressive or maybe play a little bit passive, because the Uber is about to be up for no safe word. So this will be a good opportunity for the one and done hero shot here. He sees the scout. He saw the heal beam. He sees the demo, but nothing really he can play off.
Yeah, definitely. The interesting thing about that last was Yule spiked when he was about to kill 3 players in that Uber. So you might That's the unfortunate thing there. So they're Ubering to the point. They haven't taken that much around, and Jono gets his Uber and he gets bounced into the skybox, but they haven't done much, including their sentry didn't even go down. They've cleaned up Enrith and Sol, so they're going to see a re-push, and that was a good hold. Pretty bad push, though, to be fair. So, see what they end up doing. Coming into the second.
Well, let's see what Jasmine Tea is going to do. They're going to move through Shutter. No safe word is going to immediately get out, except for a TJ who actually still makes it out through lower, so it's all fine. Hertz does go down eventually after everyone gets out, but it's 5v6. And Jasmine Tea moving through lower. There's a soldier pressuring them a lot, though. That will be Yule there. And Madness going down in lower, and TJ getting the frag onto Rocky on the flank, I think, there. It's going to give No Safe Word a little bit of an opening here. Elmo going down to Enrith, and Jasmine Tea just bleeding players everywhere. And now No Safe Word's going to be capping up the second point. They're trying to chase this frag onto Geo here. He somehow makes it out with about 10 HP, but we still have TJ walking in, trying to get onto Paulson there. Sentry gun from Geo will go down immediately. The Uber has been forced by Yule, but also Soul's in, and Anders is in as well. So 3 players down. Now No Safe Word has to play a little bit passive on the second point.
Yeah, we're going to play this Uber. They might actually... No, they're not going to play it on the point right now. They had forward spawn, so they're going to probably just repush second with this Uber charge, which I'm only on the 30%. Interesting play. Lock gets out early to keep this Uber up, and then finally push this out of the mid stalemate, so... Oh, Rocky might get caught here. Ooh, just get out.
Yep, he will make it out, but No Safe Word still capping up the second point. I see that they might want to try and roll this into last and try to just get this Uber advantage, but once again, they've lost their Uber advantage, and they're going to have to try and force the Uber from Jono very early. They do this time. This is relatively even Ubers. I'm going to get out and then probably repush after this Uber fades. They're coming back in right side. Rocket goes down. Manitz goes down as well. Locke does go down to an arrow from Jono, but it's 3v5. The sentry goes down. It's just 3 players around the medic here. They're trying to do what they can. It's going to be really difficult, though. Paulson goes down. It's 2v2. It's Geo Jono versus a scout in the demo. But Jono gets the first arrow, and there comes TJ, but... Oh, TJ goes down. The spawners from Jasmine Tea just in time, and No Safe Word once again unsuccessfully pushing into last there.
Jono is a god, dude. I can't believe that was so scary, and they just clinged onto that round with the last bit of life they had. Soda's super aggressive onto second here. Jerry is playing straight here. He ends up killing Locke as well. This is absolute destruction. He just goes in straight forward and destroys any players in his midst, and just going to be backing players probably for No Safe Word, maybe a sack. Is that a close player that I'm seeing? No, it's not. Alright, so they're just playing back on second. They're going to get... they might not actually get 3 of their players, so they're probably going to have to be back to the last.
TJ just standing still on top of the forklift as like 4 Jasmine Tea players come out of lobby.
Rocky is dead, and they might see... Yule's just trying to spend this point stopping Elmo from maybe trying to camp, but... This is good. Hertz is on sniper and he's completely bounced. He doesn't get cleaned up, but they do kill Enrith, which is really good, and Locke goes down. They've completely turned this round around. That's a bad way to say it, but...
Yeah, they're on the point. There's a scout up. That's Hertz, and nobody's looking at Hertz. He's just going to get both Jono and Madness. Now the rest of Jasmine Tea's trying to jump in, but they have really bad health. It's going to be very difficult for them to cap up, but the scout's on the point. There's a soldier and another soldier, but one goes down. It's just Rocky and Paulson. Rocky on 13, Paulson on 3. Paulson goes down. TJ will go on the cleanup, and now Jasmine Tea will be the one to unsuccessfully push into last.
Australians just don't know how to play this map. I'm gonna say it. I don't know what to talk about because I don't know how to play this map. But it seems that the people playing it are a bit confused as well. So we're coming out. They're gonna start being the second point. They're probably just gonna get it. Elmo a little forward trying to contest, but they actually get Geo in deep. He's probably gonna get cleaned up from aggression. No, that's the things up cleaning a forward flag onto Elmo, and this is a weird exchange. Yule's probably gonna get cleaned up. Yeah, Yule and Hertz go down for Elmo, and they're gonna retake second. They have the ad, so they're looking to go straight in.
Yeah, well, I've seen this situation before. Another Uber ad push into last. Let's see if Jasmine Tea can do it. Coming in on the right side here. They're trying to jump all the way over to the left. They get the frag onto Locke very early. The Uber has now faded. They get Soul as well. There's a scout TJ walking in onto the combo, trying to get some frags, but Hertz and Enrith will get some frags onto the point, but they go down right afterwards, and Jasmine Tea will be eventually capping up this point. It is 1-0.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's the 60-minute round, and that's something you don't see in Australian TF2 very often, is a round dragging out that long. So, it does go in Jasmine's favour. We'll see how they play this mid, because it's been a while since the first mid fight.
Yeah, the last mid fight was a little iffy in the end. After it got kind of chaotic, No Safeword didn't really do too great. And this time, Paulson will get completely launched. He is gonzo. Now, Yul will also be gonzo, but there goes Geo, and the rest of Jasmine Tea is getting out of lower. I think, yes, they are now in lobby. So No Safeword in a relatively fast mid will be capping up this mid point.
Jono is a crossbow ninja. Whenever a player needs a crossbow on Jasmine, there's a crossbow for them. It's nutty. The Uber does come out early, and Locke isn't up on his Uber, so this could be punished, but he's going to get it now, and they're probably just going to kite the players, trying to get forward. They might start re-aggressing now. Low health and no buffs for Jasmine, but Mono's in behind. And he's going to get back out, because they're going to start re-aggressing, and he might be caught out. Ooh, now he gets out.
Ooh. Close one there, but No Safeword cap up the second point. They have Uber advantage, about 50%. This time they won't push in and then get greeted by a Jasmine Tea Uber in like 10 seconds. So they're coming in, 30% Uber advantage. Uber has been popped. They're trying to get out the combo early, except they are basically in front of the stairs right now. But they do get Rocky and Ju and the Sentry, so they do get 2 frags, even though they're really far back into this last point. And now the Elmo Heavy is pressuring everyone, and it seems like No Safeword's getting out. They will not be pushing successfully this time. Jasmine Tea is going to be pushing out soon. They get Enrith early, and well, it's yeah, it's like 40%, 50% advantage still. Players are coming out. There's just TJ and Hertz. Actually, Geo will go down on his own, walking out a rollout there. So that's a little bit of a little kill, sneaky little kill there from the scouts from No Safeword, but that's all they're going to get. Jasmine Tea capping up the second point.
Yeah, for sure. They're going to start breaking this stuff. Like they haven't have the Uber yet, but that fake call does scare Jasmine back a little bit. As Locke's going to come up on his Uber just now anyway. So we're put to see a mid stalemate as Soda is trying to see if he can get any ground. Yul actually just testing the waters, and also goes down to 1 health, and Jono drops! Soul absolutely destroying, but Soul and Hertz get cleaned up. There is a small chance that Jasmine can do something with this. Rocky in behind, but they've got an entire team flank behind them to deal with. Okay, no,
yeah,
they
this
end
is,
up rotating
yeah. Hopefully No Safeword recognize this, just go straight on to second. Yul and Enrith go down. It's just TJ and Locke against 2. They do have that Uber. TJ just goes straight into Rocky's face, gets that frag, but Elmo with the the meat shot on to TJ there. He'll go down, but Hurts just in time to save his medic. Now he will be walking in. Paulson goes down, and these scouts are just destroying. There he goes, Jono as well. It's just madness now. And No Safeword.
It is just madness, isn't it?
I made sure to not make that pun, but I guess you just made it for me. But
what is happening right
thinking now? Emoji. I don't know about this one here, guys, but
they have a double snipe for an NG.
Yep, I don't think they realize. Is that legal in Aussie?
Yeah.
Is it allowed? Oh, I wasn't actually aware. But anyway, No Safeword pushing left side. They've switched off of the double sniper now. Everyone's on the right side though for Jasmine Tea, and No Safeword trying to play the point here. They get some frags with the Elmo Geo, and there goes Jono as well. Rocky's dead. 3v2. Double-digit health from Paulson. Single-digit on Madness. Madness goes down. Paulson goes down. And there it is. No Safeword will finally push into last and get this game tied up 1-1.
What the hell happened on second? They dropped Jono, and then I think Paulson went down to Sol as well, so Sol did this huge thing. Then Sol and Hertz went down, and then everyone in like a single file line just walked into Locke and Yul. That was bizarre. Alright, so you take me on this bit, I'm still jaw dropped.
Alright, well, the teams have taken the other team's side of mid. But now I see Soldier jumping in onto Locke. That's Geo. Locke has been deleted in this mid, and now it's gonna just be no save. We're trying to get some more frags. Hurts gets Madness. Elmo though getting hurt, and Soul, but Ender's getting 2 frags of his own. It's Rocky Elmo versus Yule and Enrith. It's 2v2 and it's about similar health, but Yule will get the frag onto Rocky. It's just the big Elmo, and he will go down. Yule on 1 HP, but no safe word. We'll be winning that mid.
Man, these mids are really awkward from, I'd say, mostly Jasmine. Like, no, it feels like they're doing well early. Like, Jay got super arrested and killed the mid straight off the bat, but they didn't really have the position to follow up on it, and ended up just getting crushed by Soldier Rush, and I think Hurts also got a sneak attack on a couple players. So yeah.
Yeah. Well. Oh yeah. Sorry, but 30% advantage for Jasmine Tea, and they start off with this frag onto Soul. Should be a push coming in through the lobby area. They 4 players here moving through. They're throwing around some sticks. No super. It's actually holding relatively aggressively. I guess assuming that they'll probably get the Uber in time to contest the Jasmine Tea Uber. And Jasmine Tea is just kind of peeking lobby, and they have decided to go back. And now it's even Ubers. I guess they decided that a stalemate was a better idea than actually pushing out. So now we're just going to be waiting here. Hurts has switched on to the sniper. And last time we did actually see him hit shots, so let's see if we can continue hitting shots.
Yeah, especially considering Soul's the one dying, they probably don't expect a sniper straight away, so but it does get called out, so they should be able to play off it now. The thing that sniper does, if you know where the sniper is, it does allow you to aggress on the other sides of the map, so maybe we might see some full aggression flank from Jasmine members, but it's just right now, Hurts just trying to edge his way around the corner and get a pick, and they're letting him have a lot of room, I'll be honest. He's getting pretty close.
This is way too close. Nobody can really peek into lobby that way, but Hurts has moved. He is... I was confused what he was doing there, just looking at the wall, but he was lining it up to drop down, but there's no one to see. He's in Toxic now. Moving through, sees a soldier shooting him, so it has to be somewhere around the point. It's right there under the stairs, right in his face, but he can't really do anything, and he doesn't seem to have the cojones to peek straight through, so he's just going to be playing the more passive sniper. Just clear some stickies, which you would presume would mean he would walk in, but instead he actually goes backwards.
Oh, it's
He's a scout now. He's peeking and aggressive. He's trying to get some headshots here, but he just can't hit anything right now. He's getting some body shots, but that's obviously not enough. This sniper play not really working out just yet. And Jasmine Tea seems to just be content, just hoping that no safe word makes some mistake. But unfortunately, it's tied, so no safe word doesn't really have too much really to play for. Actually, there goes Paulson. That's the frag that Hurts needed. That no safe word needed.
Rocky's in a position to just get killed. Looks like he's gonna get cleaned up. Oh, he gets
there he is, 40%. Oh, he gets Hurts, but it should be good. Nice. There it is. And Jono has popped his Uber, so has Locke. But the player and Uber popping advantages a little bit for no safe word, but Yule will be going down first. And the rest of the players for no safe word are all kind of stuck in lobby, but Jasmine Tea's trying to do a little bit of a rap play here. I wonder what no safe word's going to do in response. They're actually walking back, though they should be walking forward, but Paulson's cutting them off, and now this is just really awkward. Geo gets the fragment to Locke. TJ goes down to Paulson. There's a soldier on the point there. That would be Soul on the pain? Was Soul on brain train? Alright, well, Yule is now the last player left from no safe word, and that's it.
Soul was running the pay trade. I wouldn't think it's the kind of map you'd run it on, but I don't know. I mean, Soul's an ancient player, and I feel like it's kind of an older thing to do to run sort of like pain train, because it wasn't always this huge dominant thing, but Hurts is on Spy. So we'll see what he ends up doing, because he's in a position to really mess up this push, but Gio is just unbelievable. Like, he has eyes in the back of his head. I think Gio's botted out Hurts every Spy play so far.
Yeah,
that's 2 down.
mean,
3 down.
Yeah, the thing that Hurts the way he's now playing Spy with the normal cloak, you just run out of cloak too quickly, and sometimes you just have to run around cloak for a really long time, which makes it really easy to spot. But Just hasn't been working out, but the Uber has been popped for Jasmine Tea, pushing into last. They get locked. It's just yauch and Enrith. Enrith will get the frag onto Jono, and Hurts on heavy, trying to get some frags here. The spawners are doing a good job of cleaning everyone up. Geo, Madness, and Elmo are down. It's just Paulson on the right side here. He gets the frag onto Soul, but he has 16 HP, and he is gonna get out, so no safe word.
Someone played the point in that push. Like, they really could have made that work if they just played the point. It seemed like everyone went for frags, and then with the spawns that just got crashed. But there was a period of time where no one could really defend the point, especially if they aggroed Enrith. So Hurts on Sly again, if you can believe it, and Elmo is on Sniper, and I believe he checked for the Sniper, so it shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. I'm watching Hurts as, oh my god, he's in a position to absolutely destroy here. He hasn't been called out yet. He jumps straight onto Jono and he gets the pick before Geo cleans him up, so we're going to see some counter aggression, probably from no safe word, especially because Geo goes down as well. So Elmo's just going to play Toxic and, you know, just be a nuisance with Sniper. And there it is.
Well, that's just unfortunate. I think No Safer's probably going to be waiting for their spawners and then push in again. They want to just, I mean, they have all the time in the world. They have full Uber advantage, and they're in lobby. Soul's going to be spawning soon, but they're moving in already. Elmo is still in this toxic area, but he's not peeking as aggressively anymore. Hurts does go down. The important thing here is for No Safer to not get forced. Paulson goes down, but so does TJ. Yule is actually in a little bit of an altercation with Madness in lobby. He will get that frag as well. 3v4. The Uber actually was popped by Locke at some point in time, but he has gone down as well. Elmo gets the frag onto Yule. Jasmine Tea doing a good job of defending the second point right now. They are still in Toxic here, kind of feeling out the their words. I'm going to stop talking. Sage, go say what you wanted to say.
So it was interesting, right? That happens, and it doesn't obviously work for No Safe Word. They were trying to push out, and it was a bit risky because the timer is under 2 minutes. So Jasmine have nothing to lose. It's very, very difficult for them to lose this round, but No Safe Word can lose everything. So they're probably just going to sit down, they're going to play utilities and try and bait up the Uber, annoy, set up a nest, do everything they possibly can. And Locke isn't up on Uber, so they're going to push straight away, but they have many off-classes to deal with straight off the bat, including a sentry gun, which wasn't called out, I believe. They start capping, Madness gets a lot of cap time on the point, a lot of damage, and it's only 3 up. It should go in the way, and it does.
Oh, this is going to be very hard for No Safe Word to come back in this. This was a very last-minute, last push. It's a minute left. No Safe Word's going to have to completely roll this. I wonder if Soul is still on that that pain train. It could definitely help out right now. He is not. He's on the escape plan, but No Safe Word has to win this mid right here, right now. Let's see what they're gonna do. Jasmine Tea taking No Safe Word side of mid. No Safe Word doing the same thing, but with Jasmine Tea's mid. But they've lost 2 players already, Soul and Hurts. They're trying to do what they can, but they're getting completely collapsed upon.
Yeah, that's right.
And I see already someone leaving. That would be Hurts. And they have thrown the hat into the ring. No Safe Word has lost. Unfortunately, it is 2-1 for Jasmine Tea. And that is, that's it. Congratulations to Jasmine Tea for winning the upper page playoff. The final, I don't know exactly what it is, but it's the upper page something bracket finals. Yep, they won it. Yeah. They done did it. Actually, they got another point. It's 3-1. I am a great caster. Analysts, go say words.
I think one also crashed, so we might be down visuals for a sec, but you can bring up logs, and then our old analysts can go through logs, and then we can do interviews.
Alright, are the logs up, Wiet? Wiet is getting the log up now, ladies and gentlemen, so sit tight for some sick log action. Here we go. We'll sort by damage straight off. Paulson and Geo top damaging there, no surprises really. Enrith and Yule, the pockets and demos putting it out large. Top kills, Madness playing the pocket scout role to a T. Enrith putting out a lot of kills for a demo man, not the sort of thing you normally see someone finishing off their own kills on demo man, but very well played to him. I will keep flicking through stats. Yukari, hit me with some of the what have you know-how.
Well, I mean, I think that map felt a lot closer. I think that No Safe Word were in control of the actual pace of that map for quite a bit. I think they got a little bit unfortunate with that. I think it was the second push with Uber because Yule kind of lagged out in the middle of that, and I felt he was at least going to get 2 of the 3 kills that were available to him. That might have been around cap, but I mean, fundamentally, it kind of comes down to 3 things. First thing, Jasmine pushed last points a lot better. They got an active cap time on the point in the later half of the game. And I think something that's particularly interesting about Uber mechanics, I really hated the way that No Safe Word pushed most of their Ubers in this game. Because it felt like, this is something that really annoys me about almost every top team in the game. When you have an Uber advantage, and you know that you have an Uber advantage, it's a big Uber advantage, so let's say anything over 50%, you have an opening and you have a window to go, okay, we can spend a little bit of time setting this Uber up properly. Let's figure out where the other team is. Let's figure out what the other team's holding. Let's identify the players we want to kill and go and walk at them and kill them while we're invincible. What I saw out of No Safe Words Ubers were literally just TJ being like, I can kill that guy, running at him, not looking where the sentry was, not looking where the players were, just forwarding for the first kill he sees. And that being really ineffective. And I don't understand those Ubers. I think if you want to bring a scout in with the Uber, he's got to get real deep. He's pretty much got to play to find the frag, back off a little bit and go into die. And if the other team has a sentry and they're relying on a sentry and you don't kill the sentry with their Uber, you better be getting more than 1 kill with that Uber because you kill the players and you spam the sentry down. What I saw was Ubers that are like not securing the kill on the sentry, and I don't really understand the mechanics of that. I don't understand why their Uber was taking so long to kill a sentry. Maybe that was no focus fire, maybe Enrith wasn't putting enough stickies on it. It wasn't happening frequently, and that would really screw them up. And then, yeah, like Ubers that would just seem to be kill on a lone player. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And the last thing I'd add on top of that is if the other team is stacking most of their players near the sentry and you don't Uber on that, what is wrong with your head, my friend? The purpose of the sentry in a lot of ways is to force the Uber, but be a separate force with knockback that is like consciously not where your combo is. If you've got the sentry and the combo on the same side, well, that's a free Uber target because you know you'll be hitting something with your Uber that's relevant. So I was really confused by No Safe Words Ubers, that entire map. I think they actually legitimately threw away a map that they could have won. Whereas I don't think they were ever really in the ball game on Snake, and I think they will be kicking themselves because they seemed to do a good job of controlling the double soldier wacko aggro from Jasmine this time around.
Yep, you're exactly right. And I think just to lastly touch on the analysis stuff, it seems like there was a lot of emphasis on frags during last pushes when there should have been more emphasis on the point. I think Enrith really clued into that towards the end, but unfortunately it was a little bit too late there for No Safe Word. We do actually have some members of the Jasmine Tea squad in here right now. We have Elmo and we have Rocky, I believe, are the only ones here with us at the moment. We'll get some more in, but how are you guys going? Starting with you, Elmo.
Hello. Yeah, good to get the win again after winning next week. Would be a bit annoying to lose.
Rocky, how are you going?
Feels good.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just here to make sure Elmo doesn't get in too much trouble.
Oh, that's no fun.
What? How dare you?
Alrighty, I'll start it off. Elmo, I just mentioned it to you in DMs, but how do you feel about your sniping that game? I think it was dirty and you should feel bad.
Yeah, it was pretty great. I thought I'd do shit because I was terrible the game before and in pubs, but I guess I was lucky that the one time I snipe well is in games apparently. So that's always nice.
And that's fair enough. You do have a big impact. Rocky, one question I want to ask you is, what's the mindset between Gio going for a lot of bombs in these stalemate situations? Is that just sort of by merit of his positioning, or is that you sort of not wanting to do the big jumpy things, or what's the dealio?
It's definitely just when an opportunity presents itself, and he was in those cases in a better position to go for it.
Yeah, that's absolutely fair. Alright, then I will throw over to everyone else who's in here for some questions as well. Yukari.
How do you guys feel about Reckoner? Because you looked a little bit unfamiliar
Everyone
with
on
that
our
map.
team hates the map. We never scrim it. We never want to scrim it again or play it again. Banned from every game from now on, so don't worry about it.
Can you all just listen to Elmo here, please? Can everyone that makes a map listen to this man? Thank you.
It's just all the doors are gross. Every transition is disgusting. I feel especially Like, the lobby is dumb. Like, they're always, like, 2 centimeter doorways, so, like, you have to fight really far forward, or you just don't fight. Which, like, every other good map, there's at least, like, 2 spots you can hold.
Yeah.
I don't mind the
The
mid
second
fight.
point is really defendable. You could probably
Plus,
fix it a bit.
plus the cap point is, like, pointless. Like, why is it, like, you have to cap under the bridge instead of on the bridge like every other map? So you, like, can't cap if you ever fight at mid. You just, like, have to wait, which is dumb.
Yeah,
We
fair enough.
replace Reckoner with Bagel, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Please.
Replace it with
Anything.
Yukon.
Dude, replace it with Bad Water. I love that map.
All right, your speaking or talking privileges have been revoked. Not interested in
Feels
your
bad.
opinion anymore. Yeah, local
actually-
muted, nerd.
I'm not actually sure why we didn't ban it. I thought we would because no one actually scrims it because I don't think anyone likes the map. Just like played twice and reckon a week and then never again.
Yeah, that's fair enough. So I suppose they spotted an opportunity for exploitation. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
well,
understandable
like,
in that sense.
Most of the time, like when I was in No Safeword vs Jasmine, we won in Golden Cap, and then there was another game that was really close on it too. I forgot which one, like what season, but it was pretty close.
Yeah, well, that's very fair. One more question before we throw to shoutouts and all that sort of stuff, unless anyone else had questions. But I want to know what you guys think of the other match happening tonight, the lower final between Damage Inc. and No Safe Word. I want to know Damage Inc. and Right Wing Death Squad, not No Safe Word. I want to know, do you guys have any thoughts on those teams and how either of those teams will stack up against No Safe Word come next week? Got any
Is
thoughts?
that Sam's team?
Yeah,
One of them is
Damage
Sam's
Inc.
team, the other one's
the one we
Moob's
scrimped
team.
before, Rocky.
Man, he's on fire. I feel like it's going to be a really good game, actually.
Yeah, that Damage Inc. If Sam snipes like he did before, they'll win because Sam was like sheep level. He destroyed us like
might be
a
the best sniper
14
at the
kill
moment.
streak and won a round for them or something. It was
Sneak
ridiculous.
Sneak peek, checking the logs. Sam Sniper with 55% accuracy and 21 kills.
Yeah,
I mean,
Very
it's
sexy.
nothing on your 61% accuracy, Elmo, but pretty good.
I sniped for like 2 minutes though, and he was sniped before
He
like
sniped
half the game, and he
He
gets
sniped
55%.
more than he played Scout.
Yeah.
They're on the second map now. I
We'll
won't
take into
spoil who
account-
won, but
What's the
Elmo goes for
score of
body
the first
shots.
one?
Elmo was just sniping to show
It's called
hurts.
missing, Rocky.
Nah, go for body shots. Sam goes for headshot.
That's what it was all about, wasn't Elmo? Last season, like, Hertz getting all those sniper shots off you were like, nah, I'm going to teach this kid a lesson. I'm sniping this map. I'm going to hit everything. All right, go away, Hertz.
Yeah.
I'm the better sniper here.
Dominance asserted. Alright, well, on that note, before we get a little bit too tangential, unless Hip or Sage had any more questions, we should probably throw to shoutouts. Do you guys have any questions at all? Or
no.
that's a resounding no, and
Did you guys have fun casting?
I don't
So
have a
Right Wing
question.
Death Squad
but
won the first
I would,
map.
I would like to
Yes.
see Right Wing Death Squad win because I like their team name more than Damage Inc.
Yeah, but Damage Inc. has Sam, and Sam can't lose. Are you serious?
I guess, but I guess sure.
They also have Crud. It's Crud.
yeah. Alright.
Alright.
Well, with that, I'm going to throw to shoutouts really quickly. Let's start at the top of the list here. Elmo, any shoutouts?
Oh, I'll shout out Paulson because he'll cry. And Paulson wants me to tell everyone how good he is. So, guys, Paulson's really, really good, I promise. And shout out
I don't
to
believe you.
Sam and the rest of Jasmine Tea as well.
Very fair. HiipFire, play-by-play extraordinaire from the Netherlands. Have you got any shoutouts you want to give?
Sure. I would like to give a shout out to chumto.net, my amazing ETF2L mid team, and shout outs to Wheatley, the worst player in European TF2. That's it.
Alrighty. Rocky, any shoutouts?
Shoutouts to you guys for tolerating a full Reckoner game.
We appreciate that, dude. We really
At
I'm
least
a
it's not
caster,
Overwatch,
man. I
Rocky.
can deal with
Not
the Reckoner.
Overwatch, that's fine.
No, I don't know about you, Hip, but we're checking ourselves into rehab after this. Sage, I got your name right. Any shoutouts?
Dude, nice. Shout out to Ivan, Aisho, Green, Decap.
What are Asians then?
Pardon?
What?
Do you want to repeat that?
I'm gonna go now.
Bye, Rocky.
Bye, Rocky.
Wow, what a racist. Disgusting.
And Green. That's it.
Alright,
and no S key.
Thank you, Gramps. Any shout-outs, Yukari, and Analysts, dude?
Shout-outs to all those people made possible, and a public reminder, I am not that shit-posting idiot called Yukari on teamfortress.tv.
He lies. Alright, I'll wrap it up here. Of course, a big shout out, and I'd love to see some love hearts in chat for Wiethoofd. He puts in so much, and his girlfriend's helping with the production tonight, so houts for both of them in chat, please. He's asked me to give a shout out to something which I will bring up right now. Wiethoofd has asked for a shout out to messing up map ticks, so thank you for that. I will shout out very quickly. Who will I shout out? I'll shout out Ducks. Ducks are my favourite kind of people, and I'll shout out Chris. Thank you very much, everyone. This has been the upper page payoff. This won by Jasmine Tea over No Safe Word by 2-0. They will be progressing straight through to the grand final, whereas No Safe Word will be squaring up next week against the winner of the lower page playoff. That will be casted right here on TF Live TV, so be sure to chuck us a follow right here on Twitch and on all the other appropriate social medias that you tech-savvy kids are all about. I have been yauch. HiipFire and Sage have been on play-by-play. Yukari has been my analysis buddy. Wiethoofd has been the streamer. Thank you very much for coming out, everyone. We will see you next week.